The funding of WHO is supposed to be first and foremost by its member states. It is now 194 member states. They give the so-called assessed contributions. Those contributions are assessed according to their economic strength and the size of their population. And so because of that, some countries have more economic impact on the organization. So, for example, the United States has always, as the strongest economic power in the world and as a very large country, also been one of the main funders of WHO in those assessed contributions. When WHO started, it was mainly these assessed contributions by member states. And of course, as it is in all cases, those that pay a lot have more power within an organization. Now, over the particularly last 20 to 30 years, that has changed significantly, that the assessed contributions of the member states have been frozen, and the so-called voluntary contributions to the organization have increased. So right now we actually have a balance that the assessed contribution by member states are only 20% of the WHO's budget and 80% are voluntary contributions. If we look at the voluntary contributions, again, 80% of those do again come from member states, but they are focused on programs. So, for example, a fair bit of the United States voluntary contributions goes into polio programs and vaccination programs. So countries will say, I will give you financial support for this or that program. There is a possibility to give additional voluntary contributions for the WHO to decide for what they will be used, but not many countries use that opportunity. And then there are new funders that have that contribute to the work of WHO in specific areas. For example, WHO has increased its work in the area of non-communicable diseases, particularly tobacco control. And for example, the Blomberg Foundation supports that. And of course, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has become a very large funder of WHO. About 10% of the overall WHO budget is now also financed by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, again, mainly in focus programs. And again, polio is an absolute priority here.